The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. I'm straight from the Mouths of Madness. I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, witches? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Come on. That's just too easy to do. I mean.
Yeah. It was easy.
Yeah. Did I just get participation award? God damn it! That's the only. Good job. Like, all right, fuck off. Let's continue.
Not to mention, I feel like you've done that before.
You have.
Yeah.
Have I with witches?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, this episode kind of relevant. So
This isn't the first. I mean, you did that with Fear Street.
Yeah.
1666.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's get going. Go on.
Pick on Hunter Knight. And with me,
My favorite.
with me to help destroy Hunter's ego is Murph.
Hi.
Back again.
I know. I don't know how you can stand this, but thank you.
I mean, a lot. It has to do with what people bring to it, and they say they want to be, they love this thing or love that, want to be on. Like, cool. What do you, da da da. And then it's also that you do love it. So there's that too, right?
I do.
And there's the plethora of knowledge that we.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the bring it.
Yeah.
That's the bring it.
That's
Not like the shitty movie, like the actual. You can actually bring it.
Yeah. Bring it on. Yeah.
oh my god. Didn't they do an actual horror Bring It On? Like I think Rebecca McKendry helped write that.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so. If I remember correctly.
See,
know.
you just busted out some knowledge I didn't fucking know.
Where she was like, "Finally, my calling has come. Horror and cheerleading, two of my high school passions. Let's do this."
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I had no
I
idea.
didn't either.
Yeah,
And
that's
now,
news.
For the first time in years, I have the urge to look up a Bring It On movie.
Oh, I don't think I can still. I still don't. I mean, they have to go all in.
Oh yeah.
Just not no holds barred.
I mean-
to make that enjoyable.
Granted, I've sat through some shit, so
Yeah. Yeah.
We have too. Plenty of killer fillers.
Yeah, just check out our killer fillers and our On the Chopping Block episodes, and you will hear all about those.
That's true. I will say that as much as I love you both for your knowledge and your enthusiasm, when you have strong feelings about a film, you are not the best at having a poker face.
No, we like to basically like drop a bomb on it
Yeah.
and then step on the ashes. That's
Yeah.
kind of what we like to do.
There's been a couple where it was just hard for us to get through the first 2 minutes without just saying, okay, I'm angry that I had to experience this movie,
Yeah.
and we just can't help it.
So
Yeah.
maybe a setup like in the Argento film, The Card Player, where you're playing over the internet, and maybe not without the for every hand I win, I'm going to cut a body part off of this victim. But that same kind of hidden poker.
I just
face
bought
sort
some
of
new
thing.
power tools, so that might still be fun to do.
That's true.
'Cause if it can cut through bone, it's solid. Like
Oh, that's good.
bone's
And
way
when-
harder than wood.
And when you do that, you've got both. You've got a Pieces homage. You've got a Slumber Party Massacre homage. You've got an Argento. I like the way you think.
Just all in one. So tonight's episode is going to be about, one of the fucking greats. We're going to talk about Dario Argento. It is his birthday. When this release, it'll be about a little over a week since his birthday, and what better time to do an episode?
That's right.
You know?
Cheers to you, Master of Horror Argento.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would say we have a lot of amazing horror writers, horror directors in our time. That goes without being said, but there's just the ones that just stand above. Argento's definitely one of them. And John Carpenter even referenced that was one of his inspirations for Halloween.
Yeah.
Was Argento films. So
Well,
it's like,
I think that's part of what makes him so great is that he is of the, I'll go ahead and say plethora of directors that we're lucky to have that both bring something to the genre and also, get inspired by his fellow contributors to the genre. Like he doesn't view himself as not necessarily, pillar's the wrong word, but paragon, is that the word I'm looking for?
yeah, I
Some,
think so.
a standalone figure doing it all himself. He's just like, I'm stoked to do this. We're going to try this thing. And, oh, man, they're doing some cool stuff, too. Let's do that. And
Yeah. Collaborative.
yeah.
Collaborative as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could say it's kind of funny for Carpenter when he releases Halloween. Everybody's like, wow, that whole opening sequence was the first person. Like, we never seen anything like that. He's like, No.
Stares in
No.
Italian.
Yeah. I got about 7 or 8 movies. Just fucking backtrack that shit. He's like, I'm not taking responsibility. I didn't create that shit, all right?
Yeah, no shit.
Hang on. Let's talk about the Giallo subgenre, please and thank you.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first people to do that one shot was Argento.
Yeah.
One of. Not the only, but he made that big in
Yeah.
Phenomenon, Phenomenon.
He utilized it a lot. He's a big fan of that killer POV because that's also where we get like the black gloved hands coming in to do nefarious things.
Yeah.
Tenebrae was a big focus of it because that one it was so hyper violent and so hyper sexual. And like one of the my favorite things that I've heard about Tenebrae is that the violence is shot like a sex scene and the sex scenes are shot like murders.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just people are not into having sex. They're just it's just sort of like, ugh, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Get it over
But
with.
the violence, like they're touching, they're shoving things, like it's passionate, and it's all brightly lit in white light, so you can't escape.
You
it's
got a
just there.
money shot scene, literally in
you
Tenebrae,
do.
where it's
Yeah.
just blood against the wall. That's like,
yeah.
I was literally going to say the same fucking thing. I was like, no, speaking of how sexual it is, that
inspired-
was a money shot. Like,
inspired who?
Oh, yeah.
Tarantino.
Yeah,
Like he
inspired
loved that
Tarantino.
fucking scene.
Yeah. What I meant directly with the Panavision one shot take that Carpenter did, that was from Phenomenon, because that was,
Yeah.
you know, Argento used that Panavision, and that was what was mainly used in all of Halloween. So it was like, it's like almost directly like, you know.
Yeah.
Dean Cundy talked a lot about that when he goes into Halloween about we're fucking with this new technology and all this stuff, you know. So really cool. And then everyone else kind of took on to it after that.
Yeah.
Because it looked good as shit, you know.
Actually, one of the things I was reading is that the same cinematographer that worked on Tenebrae was the one that did Suspiria, and so they did like exceptionally different lighting concepts for each, but I can see where the interplay of like that camera style really, really comes into focus, especially like when we're looking at those hallway scenes and the way that the stairs are shot and that insane crane shot in Tenebrae.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. I wonder if he used the same cinematographer for a lot of his stuff.
I think he switched it up a
those
little
two are
bit.
the same.
Yeah.
That one was, I wrote his name.
What, Phenomenon and Tenebrae?
No, Tenebrae and Suspiria.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was Luciano Tovoli. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that, I look back at Suspiria, and there was like that director used a lot of like the kind of down up shots at times. Like,
but they were also, I think that they were, so I think the point of that with Suspiria was to heighten the confusion, because it was very much like, you know, Susie Bannion just being so out of it almost the entire time, like from the influence of the witchcraft and then them starting to poison her and all sorts of other shit.
All that good shit,
Yeah.
right?
Plus, I mean, the majority of the movie is taking place in one setting. I mean, you have your, several shots out, but a lot of the movie is in that one building. So that is a challenge. You have to make it look grand and big and not claustrophobic to have the movie roll through the entire plot.
Well, also at times making it claustrophobic because you want that, you know.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, like
parts.
barbed wire, like
Razor wire?
yeah, razor wire.
razor
Sorry,
wire.
I'm sorry.
You don't like a relaxing backstroke through razor wire?
I'm gonna say barbed wire pokes, razor wire.
Nope.
That's the Gibbs keeps on giving. It's just like, hey,
it hooks.
hey,
true.
slicey slice.
But while we're on camera shots, can we please talk about that shot in the plaza where it pulls way the fuck out?
It's gorgeous.
And you see the entire plaza,
And one
you
little
know that
dude-
he's being stalked.
yeah, just one little dude's in the center, like, hello.
And you're waiting for that thing to zoom in and get him, and then it's his fucking dog.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was so
So brutal.
fucking brutal. Yeah, that shot was gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
but it's just that
Delicious.
utilizing just that empty space to enhance that lonely factor. It's like, even if I run, where am I going?
Yeah.
I'm running in open for like at least, I don't know, 80 feet.
That's one of three camera movements that always come to mind for me for Argento. It's that plaza shot, and then there's the following the crow in Opera. And then there's that tracking shot over the apartment building and then through the window to show that nobody is safe in Tenebrae. So those are three that
I mean, I'll throw out there and just on Deep Red the shot when at the beginning when our main dude is talking to his friend and they pull back and there's just this random beautiful statue and they're having probably the farthest conversation, but it just looks amazing in this
Yeah.
broad, like open area. Like, and
Welcome to Italy.
the only reason to have that shot and that type of conversation is look at the setting, check it out, because most people don't yell conversation to each other.
Hey,
Yeah.
how are you?
I mean, it's not like, all right, I'll talk to you later. It's like, hey, so what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you guys could just walk closer,
Yeah,
except
but they're
you want the
both
shot.
shit-faced.
Yeah, that is true.
Maybe they do that because they knew they were shit-faced. They didn't want to yell in each other's faces.
Yeah.
We're going to yell either way.
No, I love his use of like light and camera movement to make you feel either trapped or like you're panic running. Like a lot of what he did in Tenebrae, I think he experimented with, like when he started with Bird with the Crystal Plumage, which was, you know, his directorial debut. And in that opening shot, the writer gets stuck trying to help this woman in a gallery. He sees a woman being attacked in the gallery and tries to get to her, and the entrance to the gallery has 2 sliding glass doors, and he can get into one and then not through the other, and then the other door closes, so he is trapped between 2 glass doors watching her bleed, trying to figure out how to get her help.
Oh, man.
And it is all brightly lit, and that's another one of those films that like Profondo Rosso, Deep Red, you know, we get that feeling, the main character gets that feeling of, if I could only remember exactly what I saw, I would know who the killer was.
Yeah, because you're right. Well, before actually go into that, if we could, since you mentioned the Bird with the Crystal Plumage, that was the first of what was known as, like, 'cause he's got 2 main trilogies, right? You got the Animal trilogy being one of them, and that was the first in the series of the Animal trilogy. Now, I have only seen Cat o' Nine Tails.
Really?
I've not. I've not seen the other 2. I believe they are all streaming. I just didn't get around to
Four Flies
watching
on
them.
Grey Velvet is not streaming to my knowledge. I had a really hard time finding it the first time I looked for it. I finally bought it on Blu-ray, which I think is available through Limitless. I remember having to, like, I finally ended up ordering it and just jumping on it to go through it. But it's not as common a distributor. It just hasn't been optioned by like Arrow, who is.
I know Arrow's got the other
ones.
2. Really cool artwork there.
Oh, beautiful! Yeah.
So, but I'm curious because I've not seen the whole trilogy. Is it just because the titles are revolving around animals, or is that, unlike his other trilogy, the Mother Tears, the characters actually are what's creating the trilogy? Is the Animal trilogy just because of the titles, or?
Yeah, they all reference animals, and in some ways, like, it comes into play. I would say the one that the specific animal comes into play the most is probably Four Flies on Grey Velvet, because it's referenced directly in the film as a thing.
Okay.
That, like, the title is. There's like one of the characters says, "Wow, it looks like 4 flies on Grey Velvet," and it's one of the, like, pivotal moments of figuring out who the killer
They look
is.
at the camera like,
Yes.
what are we, some sort of Suicide Squad?
God damn it. That's what you reference?
That is the most horrible use of breaking the fourth wall. I got to use it for everything.
That's
Will
true.
Smith really like, some Suicide Squad. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, it's just that it's that bad.
Something I never thought we'd bring up in a Argento episode.
Come
Suicide
on, though, but,
Squad.
like, think about it. Like, what? Like,
I mean, if you opt to be a non-main character in an Argento movie, you kind of are in the Suicide Squad, because you're probably not going to live.
true. Yeah, man, people die. Oh yeah.
Or if you're a certain actor or actress, the tendency of going, thank you for showing up to my movie, and you're dying again, and thank you again. Now you're dead.
You're gonna die again.
Yeah.
And again.
Oh, you were in my friend's movie, and he's let me have you come over here, and you'll die in this movie too. Like, a lot of borrowing of actors and actresses in some of these Giallo movies, and
Say
going,
it isn't so.
yeah.
I would say one of the biggest problems, and well, before we move from that, is there anything specific about these 3 that make it stand? Are they kind of, you can tell he's in his intro into what he's going to later to create, or is it like something stand out that makes these really kind of be special on their own right, not just early films?
So, I mean, this was him digging into the giallo genre as, you know, the Black Glove Killer mysteries. Like, you know, I know that we mentioned it on other podcasts, but just to go over it again, giallo means yellow in Italian, and it references the murder mystery books, like those lurid paperbacks with the yellow covers that, like, you could pick up, and they're often, you know, Black Glove Killer mysteries, like, there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of like killer point of view. There's a lot of like
cloak and dagger,
hats and sunglasses and raincoat and misdirection.
I was gonna say misdirection seems like a big thing. Like you're like, oh, it's totally this person.
Oh no,
wait, they're dead, so it can't be that person. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're referencing when it comes to Giallo, and there's a lot that goes into that. But that's something that I deeply invite you to investigate on your own. And Argento was definitely the one that really put some fire into the genre, and I think part of that was him wanting to bring the grit and violence of the Western into Italian horror and into the Giallo genre in general, which makes sense if you look at the way that a lot of Westerns play out, which is, it's a little bit more of a basic whodunit where a lot of times who done it, but they're going to go get him. And in these, it's a little bit more, it's a lot more convoluted. But there was just a lot in the way that it was shot.
And honestly, like most of those Westerns were shot in Spain.
Yeah.
And not in America.
Italia, yeah.
So he could literally, it would probably been easy to like take a little trip. I mean, it's not a little trip, but
yeah.
You just take a train. I'm not pretty sure the train connects from Italy to Spain.
There's, traveling by train is so much easier in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, where you could literally like, you could not even know about it, be vacationing and like, oh, there's a movie being filmed here in the desert. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, because most of the spaghetti westerns were shot in Spain.
Yeah, spaghetti. Well, I heard those at one point referred to as paella westerns because they were in Spain, and that just cracked me the fuck up. So of the three of those, my favorite is The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I think that he really, I think because it was his directorial debut, he took his time a little bit more and knew all of the things that he wanted to go for, and he didn't yet have to deal with these studios or anything like that. All of that, happened kind of later on.
Mm-hmm.
And, if I remember correctly, it was his father that was helping him produce it. So he was in a really great position.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the other two were more him experimenting with different aspects, and all of this experimentation that goes on in this initial trilogy come together to be the brilliance that is Deep Red.
Yeah.
So we see a lot of different aspects of them together to create that.
Okay. Thank you for just kind of, because going in Deep Red, which was we took a quick break from, was I personally, that is like one of my top Argento movies. Like, I mean, obviously you could say, I mean, there's so many great ones that I love, but like I fucking love Deep Red.
Oh,
I'd probably put that like
I don't know what it is. Like if we were to put it on right now, I was watching it, I would point out everything that I'm like, no, that's fucking sweet. That was sweet. Yep. I think it is that misdirection of whodunit though that gets you, because that ending, it's just God. It wraps that movie up so well, and it's such a fuck you to the audience.
The music cues.
We've seen live. We've seen live.
I know.
Hey.
Where you get a little jazzed up right before you're about to get murdered.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it's such a mellow doom, and it starts speeding up, and you're like, somebody's about to get fucking stabbed.
Yeah,
like,
stabby.
Yeah, it's like stab. It's like a upbeat, like, you're about to get your shit fucked up.
I'm gonna tell you, listeners, watching Claudio, and Goblin perform that live to the movie was. Oh, and Suspiria. They're doing Suspiria in
so jealous.
October.
Yeah, I have tickets for that, so I'm very excited. It's November, isn't it?
November, yes. I need to get tickets for that.
November 13th, it's a Sunday.
The ticket, so is it general admission or is it seated?
General admission,
Sweet.
And it'll be seated.
So you can sit where you want, but general admission.
Right.
Oh, that's what they did at the the Bird, and I'm so glad because
I'm happy
I can buy a ticket and we all kind of still sit together kind of thing.
Yeah, if you get tickets, I'll save you seats and things.
Yeah, I would definitely want to go, and I've a few other people, I think, mentioned going, because I missed it when it came to Richmond, Suspiria, so.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was jealous of you seeing Deep Red with them playing. The year prior, I'd actually got to see them at the Bird with playing Suspiria. Yeah.
While we're on Deep Red, I have to ask, when you found out that reveal at the end, did you rewind the movie to look?
By rewind, you mean go to the first scene and rewatch the first 10 minutes because it's a DVD.
As a DVD, you didn't just go all the way back and look?
No, I went to, all right, let me go all the way. There we go.
I like to watch them come to life. So, I just watch it in reverse and they're alive again. Hooray.
It is weird.
You just watch them reverse die. The blood goes back in the body.
Yeah. He's saved. Yeah.
That's right. That's how I do it.
That dummy runs back.
Oh my God, that fucking puppet. I'm so glad that he fought to keep that puppet.
That whole thing. That whole fucking thing was just weird. Just, oh God.
But it puts it a whole other element.
It does.
You're
like, the child and the knife. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here? What is this? because kids always make shit creepier.
Oh yeah.
And then
Especially horrible shit happening to kids.
drunk friend who's like,
Depends on the kid. Fuck
I
that
did
kid
it.
in House by the Cemetery. Fuck Bob.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I know that's filthy, but I just had to bring that
No,
up.
but fair. Fuck that kid.
Yeah, that gets obnoxious in that movie.
But there's so much detective in that too. That I think is what I love about it. Like, it's a horror, but it's still like the suspense is there from the investigation. Like, the one murder scene, and he steams the fucking glass wall up, and
my
shit
God,
like
that was
that.
so
That I fucking love in that. I'm a sucker because pretty much my favorite comic book person is Batman. He's the world's greatest detective. I like that whole figure it out puzzle piece.
It is
shit.
interesting though that he keeps being close proximity to the murders. That the cops are like, wow,
dude.
Right in the first scene of another murder. All right, well, help us out. Another murder that you were the first person to discover. And like the cops keep going, okay, well, all right, well, that's what happens sometimes to, famous piano players. I don't know, like
we just end up at the scene of a death.
That's a pretty common theme throughout all of his giallos for the most part. Like, it's, well, you're not cops, but you were here, and you noticed something, and if you see anything, like, let us know. And then they just start doing these investigatings, like, and Bird with the Crystal Plumage, he's a writer. In Four Flies on Grey Velvet, he's got shit to hide, but he's a drummer and he's doing investigating. The closest he gets to working with the cops is hiring a personal detective. Which I do want to mention one scene in that, because I will admit, Four Flies on Grey Velvet is not my favorite of his early work. But there is a scene where the private detective is following a lead through the subway, and he's taking the subway cars, and you're getting these, like, the dark segments where it goes through the tunnels, and then it's station, and so you're getting that confusion of people coming on and off and on and off with the interchangeable light and dark, and then he gets off the car looking for the person, and the subway platform empties, and you get the last person going up the steps, and then you get the bathroom door swinging, and he has to make a choice of where to go investigate. And it's very reminiscent of what they did later on in Demons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, giving that that fork in the road / decision kind of thing is very familiar.
It
too,
is, but specifically the tension that he created with that moment, because it doesn't exist a whole lot in the rest of the film. There's a great chase sequence through gardens earlier on, but I don't want to give away too much of the film, just because I'd like you guys to get to see it and experience the moments and make your own decisions.
Which I appreciate, but obviously we want to talk about all his films, so I think that was a great descriptor of that trilogy. Yeah, because because like I said, not knowing it, and I feel like I got a really good sense of kind of what I've seen Cat of Nine Tails, but the other two, getting a kind of a good sense of where they're going. So without spoiling anything.
Yeah, it's definitely the self-insert artist character that reappears as the either titular main character or the problem solver, and that's what we see in Tenebrae too with Peter Neal, for multiple reasons.
But yeah, so then after Deep Red, that's pretty much where we get our first of the next trilogy. The Three Mothers. We get Suspiria, which that's the one that kind of
that's the launcher. Yeah,
that's the one that really sent him like over the moon. I mean, as much as like I said, and I remember saying that about Deep Red when we went to saw it. I sit next to Hobbit and we're like halfway through the film, and that would probably been like the 7th or 8th time I'd watched it, and I was like, fuck, man, I really do think this is like probably one of my favorite Argento film. And he's like, really? Over Suspiria? I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. There's something about this movie. As much as I love Suspiria, you add the whole other supernatural element to it, and it's taken away from just the human element, which to me is always creepier. Humans.
I was just gonna say, I think for me, like I like Deep Red, and it's very much like a murder mystery in a way with some really good kills. But so something with Suspiria makes it just terrifying that it's this supernatural, but he kept all the fucking gore that like the kills from Deep Red, but just this level of like you're not safe anywhere. In Deep Red, you're like, okay, I can maybe hide, I can do this, but Suspiria was that movie where it's like you can go where the fuck you want. This is a supernatural element that's going to kill you in a fucked up way, and that's what I think makes it a step above it, is just adding that and throwing that. Because I'll be honest, like before Suspiria, never really had any interest in movies involving witches, or like it didn't fuck with me. That's the first movie where I was like, fuck, I don't want to cross a fucking witch the wrong way because they'll fuck my shit up in however, like, interesting way they want to. So
That's true. Yeah.
Laugh about it.
Yeah.
Laugh about it.
Get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Man, we fucked his shit up.
Yeah.
But that to me was what kind of stuck with me with Suspiria, that just left imprint. It's one of my favorite horror movies. Is just like, I never thought I would be terrified of fucking witches till that shit. And it's like, they're not like, oh, we put a spell on you and fuck you. They're like, you're gonna get stabbed so many fucking ways. You're gonna get razor wire, shit like that. Just
Thrown out of a window.
Yeah, fucked up ways.
It's dropped on you while
Yep.
you're in your room.
Oh,
And just that opening sequence.
About that part.
Goddamn.
Sure, because we've got other movies to talk about maggots with.
Yeah, no, it's just that.
There's certain movies, and you're like, just watch the opening sequence. And Suspiria is one of those when they go like, we talk about just these famous opening scenes that establish it.
Oh, yeah.
Suspiria is up there.
Running through the woods, is rains, like just you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like that whole, you start out the movie confused.
Yeah.
And you're just really like, okay, where's this going to get grounded? And it doesn't get grounded until what, like 10 minutes after the intro scene, after she's already dead, and like she gets to the school, and you figure out, oh, she was running from the school and all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just that starting in the land of confusion kind of thing.
Yeah, I would definitely say you don't achieve any sort of like, for what we can call grounding in that film, until the following day.
Yeah, which
where,
is like,
yeah,
yeah, that's true. I guess it does take longer because there's a long drive to the school, but then like the next day after she gets there, they start referencing the student that we saw running. I realized it was a student.
Yeah.
Not just
okay.
Yeah,
Was
like,
this a random chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a spare bed right now available now. Yeah.
yeah.
But just that, again, with that opening scene, it's the atmosphere, the rain, the goblin, the score,
bright
everything
colors.
just hitting you with the colors that just makes that movie so fucking just evil. Like, you're like, this is an evil, awesome fucking opening that makes an impression on you that you're like, I'm in for the next 2 hours.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Exactly. And then you're locked in, and like, we did do a killer filler on this last year, a year ago actually. It was September last year, going super in depth on this film. But that's the way they reveal everything in this film. I mean, they even used the color palette when like they had to all sleep in like the gymnasium or cafeteria, I think it was. And then there's just that wall. There's like that. It's almost like a welding like curtain, and you just see Helena behind that breathe. You hear her breathe. You see her. You're like, oh, just that presence. Was fucking scary.
Marcos.
Yes, and
yeah.
so many. He really introduced a lot more of like I would say psychotic jump scares in this, where it wasn't just like the boo kind of like come out of nowhere thing. Like, remember when she finds Helena's room, her roommate comes busting out from behind a door like just shredded up. Because she was the one that fell into the razor wire with a knife, and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
holy shit!
What is happening and why?"
Exactly, but she's just screaming her head off. Like, again, one of those scenes where it was dead fucking silent, and then that noise happens, and you're like, "Yeah, jeez, fuck, yeah."
Oh, yeah.
I'm so ready to see this on the big screen. Oh,
yeah.
I wish. Side note that Goblin would do this with fucking Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
They taunt it, and at the one I went to, I left not knowing that they were going to do a couple more. But yeah, they performed.
Yeah, they played a deep breath. Because they wrote for that, so they're going to play the.
So they did a piece from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
They did a piece from Demons.
And they did a backdrop, but it's like I want to watch the whole film.
Yeah.
With Goblin, because that would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Yes, I mean another auteur to Argento. We got George Romero, so it just makes sense that
which they collaborated again later on Two Evil Eyes.
Exactly.
Where they each did. Well, it was
short stories.
Yeah,
but,
it was an anthology, but the two of them like agreed. Yeah, we want to put this together.
No, that my look wasn't that. It was just that.
Yeah, that was a film. Yeah,
it was a film. I'm sorry, it was a film.
No, that's it had its moments, but it's not going to be on the list of my favorites.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. Where when you compare it to both of their other works, you're like,
I unfortunately feel that way about a lot of Argento's later work. And I don't know if it's because he's experimenting with different things and trying to reach for where he wants to be. And granted, I have not seen his most recent film just came out.
Yeah, it's, last year, right? End of last year?
Yeah, within this past year, but it's only released in Italy. We're supposed to get it here. Is it later this month or in November. The
You
ocular
know,
Mary,
a
the
couple
black
horror
glasses.
websites actually posted something about that because of his birthday,
Yeah.
and I think it is supposed to be sometime in this final quarter. I don't know if it's going to be September, October, but I think before the end of the year we're supposed to get it here.
Right.
I am interested in watching it. I am interested in seeing what he's doing now because the last big thing that we got from him that I cared about was this 2 Masters of Horror stuff.
Yeah, well, that was a while.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Wow.
Dude,
Shit.
Jennifer is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch
Fucked up,
that.
but it's awesome. Peltz was good for season 2, but season 2 is when Masters of Horror kind of started. A lot of stinkers in that one.
Yeah.
A lot of stink. But I'll go back and watch Jennifer because I had that solely by itself when you used to be able to buy them individually.
Or you
I
can
remember
still-
that,
That's it's easier to find them individually for me now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see them in the multi-packs as much. Multi-pack.
I found It Scares the Care. There is a woman who's always there, but all her stuff's used, right? But like I found 3 of the 4 DVDs for season 1 in Blu-ray.
Oh.
So I'm just missing. But I think I own 2 of the ones individually from that Blu-ray. So I think I'm only missing 1 story. But like Jennifer's one of my favorite ones out of season 1. I think that's shit. I don't know. I know it's got the guy from Wings in it, but like it's something creepy about like you are so like just taken with this woman.
The succubus.
This succubus, exactly.
Yeah.
Then that's where it goes to, but they never actually fully show it. You just kind of see the full cycle of what it's doing to the person.
Yeah.
Right? Because he turns into the guy that he saw beating the crap out of her and throwing her, trying to kill her, right? It was a good all-around story. It definitely wasn't his traditional type of film at any means.
But it's also, what did they get? They got like an hour and a very limited budget, so it was just space to play, essentially, which is what they were meant to be. And I think that for that, it functioned very well.
I think part of it, too, is I'm always a fan of like the slow descent of people, and you just watch him. He was like rich, nice house, not rich, but like really well off, super nice house. And then you just watch him lose everything to where he's living in a shack.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like those things are, because for me, those things sometimes are scarier than you add in the element of the cannibal.
Well, not everybody's worried about cannibals.
Now, Peltz, I don't remember much of Peltz. I remember I liked it, but I don't remember that. I haven't rewatched that as much.
Don't have clear
I haven't
memories
seen.
of.
I haven't seen Peltz, so
Yeah.
I gotta catch up on a lot of that season 2 stuff. So
I mean,
yeah,
I can send
maybe
you the
I'll
ones
just
that
take
are
you.
good.
I was gonna say maybe I'll just
send you the
I'll
ones
give you
that
the
are good.
recommendations instead of going through those.
I'll tell you,
yeah.
here's the ones to watch. Don't watch the rest.
Yeah, it
Season
sounds
1's
like-
got the bangers. I'll
I'll
tell
let
you
you
that.
take one for the
Sounds
team. And
sounds like a good From the Mouths of Madness episode.
Oh,
Season
yeah.
one, season
Best
two,
of,
best
worst of.
yeah.
Ooh.
Season one episode, best of, worst
That's
of.
a big chopping block. Fuck.
Nah, we do a full length.
Yeah, we have to
somebody
do a
else has
full.
watched them all.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry.
Someone that hasn't listened to this
Will,
episode.
Will owns,
Yeah.
I think the season 1, the whole like coffin set they came out with. Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Because when they first released it as a collection in DVD, it came out in like a coffin in
Yeah,
season
they
1.
had
Or
some
like a
really nice
mausoleum,
things.
one of the two.
Yeah.
Or maybe one
There's
season
a-
was a coffin, one season was a mausoleum.
I
One
think
of
it's
the
a
two.
coffin.
Okay.
But
It's been a lot of beer and shots since I've seen those at physical.
They haven't had Will on Madness nearly as much as I want him to be. I would like for him to be on, but yeah. So I recommend you guys. I know that I think Masters of Horror. I know it's on Vudu digitally, but you have to like rent them or buy them. I don't think anywhere has these things streaming.
I don't know, but we're also heading into October, so some of those things might change because a bunch of the streaming services are like, oh, people want spooky shit. Let's grab some spooky shit. So that tends to be.
I can't remember where'd they air. Was it Showtime?
That's a.
yeah, I would show
Showtime. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You think Showtime's app would just have them because it was property they own?
You think
like,
so?
like it's like
Yeah.
but HBO doesn't have Tales from the Crypt on their streaming
Well,
service either.
And that's
yeah,
the
but
weird
you
thing
can,
is they
you can view a lot of that on YouTube. Actually,
You can, but I mean, you think HBO want to put out the old uber fucking updated quality?
it's one of those things where
badassery?
they bought the rights at the time to release, like to televise it, but they didn't actually hold the rights, like a licensing.
Oh,
so,
no, I bet you're right.
so
I
that's
bet
one of those
there's-
things that they're like, yeah, we'll play it, and they
'Cause
bought it
streaming wasn't
from.
a thing.
Yeah,
as
so they
much
bought
then.
those
It
episodes to
was
play.
like Netflix.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so okay.
Ah.
Anyways,
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
but
So
we have two other mothers to talk about.
we do. We've got next one up, Inferno.
Oh, one of my
Oh.
favorites.
Yeah. This one gets a little.
That opening scene. Oh.
I would say this one gets as much as we like to say.
Swimming in the water with the lights,
Yeah.
finding the corpse. Number one, I don't know why you would dive in like a sub-basement pool to find your fucking keys in your white dress, other than style. But I'm not mad about it.
Boobies.
When I think of
Might
Inferno,
become
honestly,
see-through when it's wet.
it's the it's the going back to, I guess, his love of animal attacks. And
Yes.
which one would you hate more? Being attacked by rats or being attacked by cats? Because, like,
Oh man.
that cat one is.
Fuck that dude. He hurt kitty cats.
I know, but man,
Glad he's dead.
also, I don't ever want to see how they filmed that scene because they were just tossing cats at this dude left and right. Like, there's a guy off to the side just throwing fucking cats. I mean,
I don't think there was a disclaimer at the end saying no cats are harmed.
I know this is really obvious because those cats are just being flung at this guy left and right. And I know it's supposed to make the impression of like they've been summoned to kill this, but they're just being thrown off camera right at
I
him.
just don't like him because he's a dick.
Yeah,
Dude, cats don't like bad people.
but the fucking rat shit was also pretty fucked up.
That
So
was great.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I have a thing with those rats.
Yeah.
They're like vermin and disease.
Is it
and all.
because their tiny mouths would take little chunks out of you slowly?
And then they spread a whole fucking plague.
The fleas did.
Yeah.
The fleas did, and
If,
it was because
if the fleas didn't have a host to bite into and transfer the virus to, such as a rat.
But if we hadn't killed the cats because of the witchcraft scare, then that would have all been avoided.
Oh,
Don't hurt cats, motherfuckers.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah, fuck rats though.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I fucking hate rats. Sorry, I'm not a
That's
fan.
okay.
Big giant fucking living in sewers.
But I enjoy Inferno. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's like Suspiria light, I guess is the best way to put it. Where
Yeah.
there's some good kills in it, but it's the tension and the build-up's just not there. Like,
I think they
I
did
love the ending.
I think they did the films in the way of the strength of the mothers too, though.
Yeah.
Now I have not seen Mothers of Tears, but that mother is the strongest.
yeah,
She's the most powerful. So I will
haven't
say
either.
for that in Inferno, you can tell that mother is not as on death's door, I guess, as you would say, because Helena was pretty much
Well, it's
boil
hard.
ridden, and
I mean, it's hard to tell though because like we don't know anything about them as witches. And when she came through the mirror, she had the skeleton face in Inferno. So there was, there's a lot at play of what could be.
True. Yeah, I guess she seemed more spry than Helena did. I guess because Helena was basically like able to do stuff,
Yeah.
but not like actively up and. She was kind of still
better at hiding in plain sight, whereas Marcos was like, I have people to do my bidding. I'll just fuck with you when the time comes.
fair.
So.
And I don't know how Mothers of Tears is in that movie.
Oh, also, quick note about your killer or filler, because you were debating about what the creature was that came up. That was the mother of Sighs. That was Mater Suspiriorum. That came out. That creature that like obliterated everybody, and Helena Marcos was lying in the new film and was not actually one of the three mothers, which is why she was murdered. And the girl was being what gave her body to the actual mother of Sighs.
Oh yeah, I mean
So
the
that's what
vagina
happened.
throat.
Yeah,
vagina throat. Yeah, okay.
That's what it was. It was a
Yeah.
vagina throat.
It was a reverse birthing process. The mother went in, she came out, babies are swapped. It's a birthing process I can get behind.
So okay, so it wasn't, but it was supposed to be through that actress though, wasn't it? It was through that. It was through that actress was the one that was going around.
She was speaking. So after she was speaking for the mother. If you notice, like her mouth was all jacked up. And then at a certain point, that mother disappears, and that's when she goes around and is just like, "What do you want? I want to die." And then she's like, "Granted," and then they drop dead, that sort of thing. And that's why she doesn't act like Susie Banyan at all after that. And it goes around and speaks as a different being.
Okay.
Granted, she's a lot kinder than I would have thought one of the three mothers would have been, but like that was her
She
actually
did
showing.
slaughter like so many people first though. Yeah, that was
She but it's
a lot of slaughtering.
a lot of slaughtering, but in my mind, one of the cruelest creatures on the planet Earth would not go to the therapist made to witness and wipe his memory so he could live his life more freely and painlessly. So in my mind, if I was a creature that put on this earth to create suffering and enjoy suffering, you're going to remember everything.
Fair.
I
Fair.
also would have let them live half like welted in like a pile of flesh, but that's just me.
All right, well,
all right, so
fucking Murphy here.
More on
I
that,
want you to live in pain.
I'm
You
just
don't get to
saying,
die.
If you are a cruel being, death is a release.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I guess I got so enamored by the fucking insanity that was the end of that film that I was,
I mean, fair.
It's so good. It was so good.
But
It was so good.
So.
Yeah.
And that's one of the other differences between it. But that's a whole other discussion. I just wanted to like.
No, I appreciate that because I remember we did bring that up and I was like, I don't really understand what the fuck happened there. I just know that she killed a lot of motherfuckers. A lot of motherfuckers died.
Yep.
A lot of ripping shit out and
Splat.
fucking. It was ripping fucking bones out.
Frenzy point.
Get a raincoat.
Yeah, get a raincoat.
Yeah.
It's a bloody world out there. Kids, grab your coat. Is that what you need to start?
Yeah.
No, but so yeah, Mother of Tears. You're the only one that's seen that, Murph. What is that? What is that? Yeah, how's that doing?
It certainly was a film that I
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. That's yeah.
It's one of the later films. There are some really brutal kills. I will give it that, is that there are some, like, he still does not pull punches as far as like the kills are concerned. Asia's acting leaves a lot to be desired for me. And like the storylines just like it, I wish in my heart of hearts they could have been filmed closer together, because I feel like there might have been more to give, or like it felt like he still didn't have much to give as far as like that idea concept went, because, you know, he was pretty burnt out by Inferno because there was just a lot of trouble with the production and with
Inferno, and the Macbeth curse and all that.
Yeah, well, that's opera.
That's opera. That's right. That's opera. Yeah.
Opera and Phenomenon are the two that he had those curses, those troubles.
But opera, he used the actual opera house.
Yes. And Macbeth is the opera that they're doing, so that was something that like he feels kind of cursed him. But no, there was just a lot of issues with the studio, and like it wasn't a commercial success, and he just felt like burnt out. And because Daria Nicolodi co-wrote Suspiria with him, which is why we got such a vastly different feeling from Suspiria, which is a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And her influence, you know, really should not be forgotten. And she had a lot of feelings about him downplaying her role in the creation of Suspiria. And so all of those feelings are still going on during Inferno, and it just wasn't great by the end of it. And so he was just, that and the woman that he had picked to be the Mother of Tears turned down the role. All of that combined, he was like, I don't have energy to give on this project.
But, you know, he went and did a few other things.
Yeah.
You know, he had opera, which is, you know, solid. I enjoyed opera. I forget where that's streaming at now, folks. It is streaming somewhere for free though.
Is it not on Prime?
I think
it's Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Shudder. Which
Well, it's Shudder
yeah.
Prime, but yeah, they've got a
on-
decent amount of his stuff out on there.
I don't think it's on Shudder. I just bought it on DVD. I think it's on Prime.
Let me mention Phenomena. That I really fucking like that movie.
I love
a
that
lot.
movie.
The movie's really, really fun.
It's been a while. I was gonna say, it's been a while I need to go back and rewatch that, just because
that's on Prime too, and it's the right one.
Yeah.
Phenomenon is also streaming on Shudder right now. And
So
it is
for me, it's like one of the same because my Shudder's through Prime. Right?
Gotcha.
So I
I
get
have the
confused
separate
when I
apps.
look. Yeah.
I have the separate apps just because I like to be able to search a little bit better. But yeah, it's not Creepers. It's not the one that was released in the U.S.
No, it's the soundtrack's correct.
Yep.
And
And we got motherfucking Maiden and Motorhead, and it's beautiful.
Yes. Oh, and like a pool of
maggots and body parts.
God, that shit was so cringy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was gross.
I bet that the Bog of Eternal Stench didn't bother her at all, Jennifer Connelly at all after filming the Pool of Maggots.
Shit.
She's like, bring the farts.
The whole thing I'm thinking about is just like she falls in and then it's just like in her mouth. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Donut chug right now, man.
Dude, no, but it's like
crackling.
you think about that, like just that's so much nasty brown body pus and flesh in there.
You know, actually, in that pool, the maggots are the least of my worries.
Exactly. It's everything.
All the chunks of everything else.
And like, you know, just probably 500,000 different bacterial cultures that are now just creating new bacterial cultures in that little pool of disgusting.
But at that point in the film, it's I don't want to be fed to this weird, like, Tooth Boy.
Yeah, true. Yeah, which that was.
What is his deal?
I don't know. That was what I remember the first time watching, which was an awesome reveal. It's like he was the one.
Yeah.
Like, so initially in the beginning of the film, they show something breaking from the wall, and then they mimic that with the detective. But then you realize it was the kid, and you're like, holy fuck.
Yep.
It was a crazy turn again. The whodunit.
Got all the maggots on his mouth from eating flesh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great film. I mean, granted, Connolly's Donald Pleasance, yes, obviously with a monkey, chimpanzee, yeah. Dude, that chimp saved the day.
Chimp saved the day, and apparently off screen, he and the chimp and Connolly did not get along, and it bit off like a chunk of her finger or something.
Holy
Really?
shit!
Yeah.
I did not hear about that.
Got a little bit of note going on there.
Yeah, she apparently had a fear of chimpanzees before that, and like apparently it initially was gonna have to fight the chimpanzee, and it got changed. And from like trying to keep the chimpanzee calm, it got mad at her one day and took a chunk out of her finger. I know I'm laughing, but I feel so bad for her.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I do have a thing to share about how they did the effect of the flies coming down over the school, because her character is psychic.
Yeah.
And communicates with insects.
They have two fly scenes. You got the one on the water and the one of the school.
You do, but there's the one where they're all like coming over the building.
Yeah.
They got that effect by filming coffee grounds in a fish tank in slow motion and superimposing them over a photo of the school, and that's how they created that effect.
They probably did the same thing over the lake one too. I would think when she kills the kid.
I think so. I think they did something similar, but that was the big one where I was just like, that's such a cool effect.
That is cool. No,
yeah,
because that scene, it breaks through the freaking windows and all that crap.
That's
it's
when
just
they cover the school, and at first they're like, yeah, she thinks she controls flies, and then the flies cover the windows, and they're like, we are uncomfortable. Well, I guess y'all shouldn't have been fucking dicks.
Exactly. No, I do enjoy, and with Donald Pleasance, I do enjoy always seeing him in another role. Other than Loomis.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I mean, Princess Rock. I mean, or a Carpenter movie. And something not Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
Okay, then you guys need to watch The Flesh and the Fiends.
Okay.
As well. It is just a very quick side note. You can chop this out if you want. I don't care. But it's also got Peter Cushing in it, and very, very young Donald Pleasance, and it is based off of the Burke and Hare murders in early Edinburgh, when there was the problem of medical colleges not having enough cadavers to experiment on and teach their students on. And so that's how Burke and Hare ended up becoming serial killers, because they had a tenant die at their boarding house. No one claimed the body, so they sold the corpse to the medical college, discovered it was a quick way to make money, and started bumping people off. It incorporates all of that, and Pleasance plays either Burke or Hare, I can't remember which one, but it's a really, really great watch. It's shockingly good.
Nice. No, I need to really go through his catalog and see what's available to watch too, because I do enjoy him in other things, and other characters.
Yeah.
Like just granted, like first and foremost,
he always got Loomis.
I mean, that's what I cut teeth on, man, was Loomis, right? But no, the dude was a renowned actor. Like, I remember he hated that he was doing Halloween. Like, he was like shithoused on the first scene, right? So he was
he
drank so much wine that he was drunk during that breakout scene.
Yeah, you can hear him slurring a little bit.
If you go back and listen to it now, you can hear it. He did not want to do this fucking movie.
Yeah, it sounds like he's just like held with like terror while he's talking, but he's also slurring. So it's like, that boy, and like you're like, yeah, you're fucked up right now, dude.
Yeah,
pure end of the bar.
Pure evil,
pure evil.
Roll down the window, gotta get some pure evil out.
Yeah.
So it's very refreshing to go back and watch a film and see his character in that, and be a completely different person.
Apparently, he had reservations about this role as well, but after being in the film, he was like, "Yeah, okay, all right, fine." Once he saw it all come together, he was like, "You know what? Stand corrected."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We bring up.
Yeah,
Tenebrae.
Well, we talked about some of the scenes, but we could actually.
I'm just saying that's to me, like, that's my third on of his, is just because it kind of goes back to the basics, no supernatural element really, and just kind of that twist at the end that kind of that first person camera views with the again gloves and things like that, and then at the end you get the reveal. I appreciate that because it's he messed with you a little bit in Deep Red, but this one he really messed with you and then messes with you again, and like the blade with the squirty blood, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna kill myself, and then you're like, no, you're not.
You're totally not. No.
I believe you 100%. No,
but you also are so sympathetic. You're like, man, this author keeps getting like hassled by the fucking cops just because of the book, and it's like, oh, well, never mind, I guess. Yeah.
Well, and in this one, like, I don't know, Murph, you mentioned the black glove thing. You really start seeing a similarity with like Fulci and like the New York Ripper, and like just that black glove killer trench coat, like.
Yep.
Similar vein of killer, but two totally different kind of motifs, I guess you would say is the word you would use.
And just so much misdirection. Like, it's not just one person. You're like, oh, so we're setting for that. I mean, he gives you in that movie, like, I think, 2 or 3 different people that you're like, it's got to be the crazy ex, who's literally stalked to the point of flying across the ocean to stalk you. Yeah. So you're like, obviously it's her. But nope.
No.
And like, oh, it's this one dude. No, axe to the head. So every time you're like building up.
No, it was.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It was in a way, but like he also was involved with it. I'm just saying, like the okay, here's we solved this. No, you haven't, and I appreciate about that movie. So.
I love that we've oddly enough tried to carefully avoid spoilers.
I know the movie's old enough. We can just fucking say it.
I love that we're like. I think that speaks a lot about Argento's work that we're
don't want to spoil you don't want to spoil that first time.
Yeah,
like,
if somebody is listening to this being like, maybe I should check out Argento, do it.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. We know there's tons of new people getting into horror more and more every day.
Yeah.
And they obviously, they like the new horror and they really like, where that's gone. I mean, obviously there's going to be more gore and, they're going to be more upfront. Like the way these old films were gory, but they were done in such a way that it's at times almost even more intense. Just by what they utilize in their scene and with the set to increase that. And Tenebrae's, like you've already mentioned, a big one with that. And I think that if anybody's been on the fence about checking some of these older horror directors out, like. I think it becomes natural where you just don't want to spoil things for people.
Yeah.
Unless going into it, you're doing one individual movie for the whole episode, then of course you're going to have to spoil it because you're going to talk about it.
Yeah, or we give that that preface for
exactly.
it. But stuff like Argento, like things, and even with Fulci, the end of the New York Ripper, I wouldn't want to spoil that for someone.
No, and we didn't. I remember we didn't say like what the ending, because that was a twist. That was a whoo.
Oh my god.
Woohoo.
Yeah. This one, like one of the things that I do want to say, there is another death in Tenebrae. Is it okay if I spoil this part, like the person?
No,
it's John Saxon's character when he dies, and I found that to be an interesting parallel to when the private detective Orosio dies in the subway, because it is both like there's one that is the isolation of being alone and the isolation of being in a crowd. And I think it also shows the difference of where Argento was and what he was experiencing, because Tenebrae, he also shot on the heels of a vacation in, I want to say that it was Los Angeles or something, where he was stalked by a fan who obtained his phone number and got increasingly more violent and threatening calls. He witnessed like somebody get shot in the lobby of the hotel that he was staying, like the Hilton Hotel. Heard about another drive-by happening in front of a theater for no reason. And so this is like his experiences with like that stalking and obsessiveness and like that intensity, but also like that darkness that roosts in the hearts of humans. And so I think that he put a lot of those into those moments where, like, one, no one cares because you died alone, and one, no one cares because you died in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And I've just found them both really interesting. Where like they're like, oh my god, something's happened, but somehow no one saw the killer.
Yeah, and they actually, they've touched on that in a few other movies, and it's one of the really big things I love about those particular films is like Trick or Treat, like when he lays her to the side
and lays her right next to another dude that's passed out drunk. Just add her to the crowd.
Blood on her throat. I mean, it's Halloween. Who gives it?
Yep.
But like there's other ones. That one's I would think one of the newer ones that have utilized that, where it's just like you're in a crowd. you know your surrounding.
Yep.
You're just gonna fit right in, and they'll notice you when you start stinking the next day, and you don't wake up.
Have either of y'all seen the newest Invisible Man movie?
Not.
Oh, the newest one
Yeah.
with the chick from Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene in there where she's like, "I'm gonna do it in public so that I'm safe," and it backfires on her, which is just kind of funny how like everybody's around, so nothing bad can happen. It's like everybody's around, you just fucked yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because now you don't know where the attack is coming from.
Exactly. Because he's invisible. So
We might need to cover that one, by the way.
I think we do. I think we do. I think it deserves some conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, I think the last couple things to talk about were just his works with Bava.
Well, I do want to mention opera because I love.
I thought we didn't go into it. That's right.
We didn't go into it, but the killer utilizes a thing where he places needles underneath the girl's our main character's eyes, so she can't close her eyes.
Maybe that's why I didn't want to talk about opera. I don't know. Maybe that's
you don't want to talk about the tiny flecks of blood on your inner lash line.
no. That's not.
I mean, that's kind of the definitive scene in that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Because it's like
God.
she closes and it's poking the eyeball.
I know.
You know, like
Oh
you can't-
God.
Yeah.
But we should go into that scene a little more.
No, I think you need to go.
Like
my
it's
fuck
taped right, and
I watched opera and I showed it to my partner Alan, who works with Virginia Opera, and he kept having moments where he was like, "No, don't do that with the costume. What are you doing to the costumes? He worked so hard on that. What are you doing? Leave the costume designer alone."
But no,
it's pretty great.
that scene is definitely and not just for me and my thing. I like. I don't know why I like Fulci movies so much. Side note. I know we're talking about Argento, but like I don't like eye attacks, and like, but yet I love Fulci films, and Argento just happened to want to do that, and
Heads up about that film I was trying to get you to watch. Opening scene, eye attack.
Okay.
Yeah, Evil Dead Trap.
No, I mean I'll deal with it. I just watched. We watched the Sanus, and she literally got skull fucked, like literally.
yeah.
Skull fucked, penis in the eye socket. Yeah.
I'm not saying I need to watch that because you're like someone gets skull fucked and I'm like, ooh,
I think
skull
you may
fucked.
be. I think you may be.
Come
Might be
on.
like.
I'm not that into Brocas
Well,
film.
when you bring up skull fucking, then I've got to see
I gotta
it.
check it out.
I wasn't interested until
I've
you said.
seen a lot of things penetrated in my day, but I gotta see a skull.
Just right up in there, like oh god.
Yeah.
So it happened. Yeah.
This is probably why my phone advertises me fucked up things.
See, I told you. I
This is why my phone advertises me T-shirts that say "come" in the doobie.
Yeah, I was like, well, it does listen, so
Yeah.
it's probably why.
Have I recommended this fucked up shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
But no. Anything else you wanted to reference into opera? I mean,
it's just one that I think is worth a watch. I found it very.
it is definitely worth a watch.
I do want to talk about one of the other kills. The Daria Nicolodi's death in that movie is insane.
Which one was that?
It's more eye trauma. It's the shot.
Oh yeah.
It is the shot through the keyhole and through the eye socket.
That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shot is amazing.
I did until like you were like, oh, the other eye kill. Like, god damn it. Yeah.
Murphy, I want to thank you because
There was two.
Yes.
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
good,
you.
good. The other eye trauma.
Other
one.
eye
Yeah.
trauma one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah. But no, I mean, as much as like everyone has the kill that gets them the most, right? That
Yeah.
thing, right? And even though those were like what gets me the most, they were still done masterfully.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like just hackney fucking
No.
eye deaths. You know,
No.
yeah, it's good
It
stuff.
was done exceptionally well, and it's so brutal, and it's shot well, and like there's that tension in the moment where you just have enough time to be like, no.
Yeah, boom.
Yep.
There we go. But no, I totally recommend checking out opera. I didn't mean to like not almost like skip over actually talk. Well, because you brought it up about just the tragedy behind it.
Yeah,
And what-
and
what, you know-
brought up the tracking shot following one of the
Yeah,
crows because
yeah.
they decided to use live
So
crows
I just
in this.
assumed we talked about it, but no, those deaths were definitely worth bringing up in that film. And then of course we've got his collaboration.
With Romero.
We talked enough about that one.
And
Fine.
I'm
Some
not-
other movies.
Yeah, some-
You want to talk about his collaboration with Lamberto Bava?
Yes, that's what I want to talk about because those are actually good. Sorry.
Hey, no, we have all got our feelings. I'm not gonna begrudge you.
But no,
I just like giving you a hard time.
obviously, demons or demoni, whatever you want to call it.
Demoni.
It is because it happens in a movie theater. Like there's a whole lot there for me why I enjoyed that one more. But Demons 2 is still a solid fucking film.
Yeah.
Bitch comes out of TV. Fucked up.
I have to rewatch Demons too.
I do too. That one's been a while.
That's
for
been
me.
streaming on Prime for a while.
Yeah, I think that's my plan is to go
And
back
it's
watch
a solid watch. It's definitely worth watching. But like I said, as soon as I saw Evil Dead Rise being in a skyscraper, I'm like, Demons 2. Oh man, damn it! Like, well, just because every Cabin in the Woods movie, you think of like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
The first, So I think Evil Dead now is like finally, Evil Dead's making me think of something else.
It's coming full circle.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, literally, it is. But I mean,
Circle
the
of
zombies
death.
and the possession in that is just way more. I don't know, like non-comically gross.
I think we should think we should call them demons because they're demons. They're not zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed about a lot of the Italian directors is that they're real specific about if something is a demon, if something is a zombie, or if something is an infected human.
Mm-hmm. Which I like. I like the clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes over here in the West, we gotta.
We don't get enough gross
Possessed
demons.
zombies.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
was
can't
it,
be- have that-
which zombie are you?
Don't have a soul as a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Evil Dead clearly they were also possessed. They were because they do go in enough with like there's a Kandarian demon, possession. But then we do eventually start getting to where it's like, okay, it's questionable.
Yeah.
Where were you going? You're right. They are demons and they are fucking grotesque,
Yeah.
pussy, plop,
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
I love
so-
the green. I love the green
Yeah.
goop and the gnarly claws.
gnarly on the teeth though. With like the,
Yeah.
it's almost like
Got them
that's where
kissing
Night of the Demons got its inspiration from. That demon, that
Yeah.
style
Yeah.
of demon
That-
possession.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
That-
good comparison.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense,
Which
especially.
and I'm not taking away from Night of the Demons. That's a fucking phenomenal film too. It's just like that all got sharp, jagged teeth, and that the contacts were big.
because Demons came out right before
Night of the Demons, yeah.
Yeah, because Night of the Demons was 88.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Murphy.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Sorry, I just watched that literally 2 nights ago. I fucking
Oh,
love that movie.
yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's really fucking
Any
awesome.
advice on how to get a lipstick back out of your nipple, by the way?
Well, the remake tells you where it comes out, so
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Do you poop lipstick?
No,
Nope.
watch it. Remake.
Yeah,
the remake
glad to
is
watch
on Prime right now too.
Yeah.
Get it. See some little Edward Furlong,
And we've covered that on Killer
we
Filler.
did cover that. Was that last year or the year before?
I think it was.
Edward Furlong
Yeah.
die? Because I would like that.
I'm not going to spoil that for you.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to the episode or watch the movie.
Fuck, you probably live.
So, yeah, definitely recommend Demons 2. Now, like I said, he was just the writer. Like I said, we know he produced the first one, but I don't know if he produced the second one. I think he might have, but I don't know. So, but that is also, like I said, Bava,
Lamberto Bava,
Umberto Bava,
which is the
Son
child of
Mario
Bava.
Bava,
Yeah,
yep.
another
prominent Italian director.
pioneer
writer.
of the Giallo genre and one of the
Yeah, you referenced it
considered the
proto.
big
He
three.
was like very proto.
Yeah.
It's like almost like Bob Clark's Black Christmas proto slasher
Yeah.
type of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, which I need to, and I don't think I've seen any Mario Bava films, so I probably should go back and watch some of those. And just
really?
see the
Bay of Blood is a good one to see.
Oh, I've seen that one. I didn't know
okay.
that was Bava.
Yeah, that's Bava.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that was. I didn't know. I have seen one then,
Yeah.
and it's good. I did enjoy that.
I have to go back and look because his films are so all over the place. Like he did whatever the fuck he felt like doing, man.
Well, it was in a time when film was baby. Film was like there was so much new technology in the 50s coming from the 30s. You had 20 years of evolution in film where there was a lot. I feel like there was a lot of freedom where there was no like you became a genre director.
Well, I feel like
know?
Italian film especially sits at a really interesting place because some of the big movements that you got were like the Italian neorealism, which is like what comes out of my camera is life, and very like, direct translations, which I think we can also trace the 80s independent movement that Kevin Smith came out of from that. But also, you like taking a look at like the surrealism brought in by like Fellini and all that, and I think both of those movements are what brought us to people like Bava and Argento and Fulci, because like all of that as like heightened emotion combined with like the hyper violence of the things that they were seeing, I think really really helped birth something wonderfully horrifying.
Yes, no, yeah, wonderfully horrifying is a great way to put it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I cannot remember exactly which ties is, but I know that Argento has some sort of ties to Fellini, whether it was working with one of his scriptwriters or something similar. But I want to say that it might have been on Deep Red, and like he had some clashes with him. But yeah, so
Cool, nice. I didn't know that. Little factoids for you. But
Hi, my name is Murph, and I read notes too much.
no, notes are welcome because I learned a little. I know I learned something tonight. Yeah. Hope listeners learn some too, or they'll be like, "Well, you forgot this, and you forgot this, and oh yeah."
Well, part of the time, some of the time, it is Murphy that lets us know we missed. But now that they're on the episode, it makes it easier that we won't get the message.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's how we prevent that. Is just to have them on, and then they can't tell us what we missed.
We don't have to get messages like a week later, like,
I'm just excited. I'm just
we
excited.
solved the problem.
But at least it's nice, and it's not just like you fucked up.
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh, you didn't mention this, and I want to have a conversation with you about it.
Yeah, no, we know.
It's just me being hyped. But...
Gotta give you shit though.
I know, but I'm just
we do appreciate it though.
Of his later films, I will say, like, the two that I definitely enjoyed of the ones that I watched, like Trauma is very watchable. So is the Stendhal Syndrome. Stendhal Syndrome, I will give you, like, there's a big TW for those. I know we don't do a whole lot of them, but there's a lot of rape in that movie.
Yeah. Rape is, I feel like rape and suicide are the ultimate things. You gotta be like, hey guys. Yeah.
You know, and it's
be
one
aware.
that, like, it's just like, it's super focused on it. So, like, that's just one that, like, and it sort of alludes to it in the description, but just in case that's like someone's.
It's not like Irreversible, is it?
I have not watched Irreversible. That's a Gaspar Noé film, isn't it?
Yes. Scrooge is going to shoot me if I got that wrong.
Because I think that is Gaspar Noé, and actually Argento. I haven't gotten to watch it yet, but apparently Argento actually did like a leading acting role in one of his recent films, Vortex, which I'd love to see. So I'm gonna check that out at some point, but I know how Gaspar Noé's films, like, the feeling of them tends to be, so I'm kind of giving that its own time and place.
Yeah, I feel like, there's a whole nausea that's gonna come with that.
Possible.
First time I got Irreversible with out actually watching it. It was like a recommendation, and there was this is early 2000s too. No one was recommending, letting people like, hey, there's this in there. And I watched them like, oh, like it was just like, whoa.
Well, this is happening now.
My God, and I own it. Cool. I mean, great film, but it's also one of those films that's like, yeah,
we can watch that if you really want.
It's like that movie. Like I never need to watch The Road again.
Yeah,
like I never need to watch that again. That's one time. Yeah, I got really sad and wanted to kill people through the screen because they were really gross and you know what I mean. That kind of feeling.
Yeah, Mother. I don't. Yeah. I feel like I did it. Watch it. There you go.
All right. Any other new ones? Because like I said, I haven't watched anything past his Masters of Horror stuff. So.
Oh really? Trauma is worth watching. It's got Piper Laurie in it.
I like Piper Laurie.
Yeah, she plays. She does an excellent job in it. Stendhal Syndrome, like I said, TW for rape, but otherwise another like fairly solid film. And of the later ones, that I've watched so far, I would definitely say one of the more solid ones. Like the storyline goes pretty cleanly through it, and I liked Azia's acting in it. It's also a really interesting concept. The Card Player, watchable. Watch it with beer. Watch it with friends. You're gonna hate the CGI parts.
Oh man,
there's not a lot of it, but there is one scene towards the end where you're going to be like, really, my dude?
So you say it's towards the end, so as long as it doesn't ruin the film, then I'm good.
It's like right at the end.
If you ruin the film, there was another movie that was right at the end that really kind of ruined the film.
It's circa 2004. I mean,
That's even worse than the movie. Never mind. All right. Thank you.
Mother of Tears is a film. Dracula 3D is a film.
Oh,
man. Yeah.
I started that.
No, that is a whole
thing.
It. That is a whole thing.
Yeah.
No, that needs to be like I don't know.
That was a punishment because it's Dario Argento like on there and like almost like a punishment. Like you're gonna have your name marked on here because like just so people know that you made this awful fucking movie.
I think that was
he's got branded.
He made right before he took a very long hiatus.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if that didn't make you step back and reevaluate a few things,
that's a studio saying the only thing we do is put his name right there on the cover and hope that some people will
so bad.
Rent
so
it.
Bad.
But
Yeah. All right.
I know he's been spending a lot of time with grandkids and stuff, which is nice.
And he's running his memorabilia shop in Italy too. Yeah,
which I think is also called Profondo Rosso.
It is. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Like
when cheering his daughter on, who like popped up in a bunch of
his daughter's popped up in some stuff too. Yeah. little lineage
And
of
Fiore, I think, is taken a hiatus from acting.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't do a whole lot of main roles. She's mostly like cameo roles and some others, and some like minor roles in films. Like I think she is the first victim in. Oh my god, I just lost it. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Oh, the first victim in Phenomenon. That's right.
Oh yeah,
she's the first.
She's
victim
the
in
first
Phenomenon,
one
and
with
she's
that
in the card player.
misses
too.
the bus, and
Yeah.
That's the first time you get the one shot of them chasing her through the
his old
waterfall. Oh man, the scenery is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
You need to go to the mountains in Italy.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be something you catch. Yeah.
I mean,
I've never been. Yeah.
I mean, it looks
you watch
amazing.
movies like that, but you watch movies like you're like, all right, that needs to be a destination sometime. Yeah.
Like seriously, it just looks
We
so
can all go
gorgeous.
Visit Alan's family and
Sweet.
Palermo, I think.
Oh yeah.
His family's in Sicily.
I come back 20 pounds heavier.
We all will. We'll all
all that
just roll
fucking
off the plane.
Yeah, we're always like too much pasta and bread.
So much pasta and bread.
Pastries. So, all right. So hope you all enjoyed that episode all about Argento, the man, the myth, the master. And we're not done. You know, we got one more thing. But before we get to that, got to sell my soul a little bit, as per usual. Make sure you go to GYPodcast.com. Check out all the other shows under the network. And I'm not selling my soul there. I'm selling quality fucking podcasting.
Yeah.
Right there. That's what I'm selling right there. The soul selling is while you're also on GYPodcast.com.
I mean, you're already on here.
You're already there. Might as well just scoot on over to our links tab and go to Amazon.com where you can buy and/or stream. I recommend buying because we'll get a kickback for that. All these films.
Yeah.
Literally, all these films.
Yeah, and you can get some really, really nice editions.
Oh, the Arrow editions are
Remasters,
fucking phenomenal.
yeah.
Because they've done Phenomenon, they've done Cat of Nine
Tenebrae.
Tails, Tenebrae, and
Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
Bird with Crystal Plumage. Yeah.
Yeah, oh no, they didn't do Suspiria. Someone else just did Suspiria.
I haven't gotten that new
Did
Suspiria.
Vinegar Syndrome do that?
No.
And it wasn't Scream Factory.
No.
Goddamn, who's
So
the other
else?
one?
Who's the other
It
one?
was one of those
Blue
other-
Underground?
Possibly.
No, they're not putting out new releases because they're not they don't.
But
They're not as active as they used to.
Even now, even if I know I've got just the DVD, but it's the double collector's edition, has a fuck ton of stuff on there. So just pick that up.
Yeah, just pick that up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful and worth seeing all of these in high definition.
Because Suspiria has been remastered multiple times. Like there's that newest one, but the DVD I had is like the third remastering they've done with it. So
honestly, Suspiria is a great one to pick up because again, that primary color palette where they literally tried to make it like Walt Disney's Snow White, like they wanted it to feel like that.
Yeah, and it's such a gorgeous film. God, it's such a gorgeous film. But yeah, buy all that on Amazon.com. Just make sure you go through our link. TheJuapodcast.com to do it. Appreciate that.
We're not that coin.
Yeah. Cost a toy into your podcaster. And then there's next to our Amazon link, we have the link to all our merch. This is TeePublic.
Bam.
You click on that, takes you to 50, almost probably 60 designs now. Because when this episode drops, all Halloween stuff should be out, which are reprints. There's a couple new ones I think that are going to be dropped as well. So there should be well over 55 designs. And those Halloween specific, spooky season specific ones are going to be through the first of the year. And they run sales every other weekend. So you never have to pay full price, really. Just wait. If it's not on sale this weekend, it'll be next weekend.
If you sign up for text, they will text you about as often.
Oh, they are
as
some
Joanne
thirsty bitches.
Hey, what are you doing right now? You wanna get
it's
some 20% off?
They're thirsty
Oh,
the
shit.
33% off.
Yeah, right.
How you like that?
Jesus. I'm like, get it easy. You had your chance. You ignore me all night. Fuck you.
That's right.
Hey, what are you up to right
Joanne
now?
Fabrics.
So yeah, make sure to, and they can get tons of different designs on tons of stuff. We got pillows, fucking banners,
Tote bags. Fucking tote bags.
Yes, he's fucking.
I told you, man. I'm pushing the tote bags. I want to get those tote bag numbers up.
Yeah. Notebooks, journal entry stuff. It's awesome. Tons
Stickers.
of awesome shit.
Yep.
Stickers and magnets. Fucking stickers and magnets. That's the simplest shit.
Are they still doing masks too?
I think probably.
I like masks because they hide my bitch face. So
You can't be. You still got that.
my eyebrows don't give me away as much as my mouth doing things does. Wow, that was a sentence I said out loud. It sounded way worse than I completed that.
And now it's recorded forever.
Excellent, great, love it.
No, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they still do have masks too. So get yourself a couple masks.
All right.
And now that is done, it is time for
Stump the host.
All right. So I am finally up one and not just tied and then having you take the fucking lead again, Hunter.
This is weird. I know. I'm behind. All right. Well, let's see what happens.
It's a nice change of pace for me.
Yes.
But, yeah.
We'll just end this being fucking like nobody gains any ground on tonight. So
yeah, just stay.
Yeah. We do have the master of ties.
We decided
read us the questions.
We've been playing it safe for a year and a half now. I think we need to, go fuck your face.
Oh, all right.
We need to. I mean, sorry, we got to bring it back. It's getting too bland.
Yeah.
In the old trivia segment. Yeah.
Tried to be nicer with my questions.
You get to decide who goes first.
How many questions is it again?
Well, it's base 3 and 3.
Okay.
And then if we tie out of that, tiebreaker. So if we only each get one out of those 6, then we still need a tiebreaker.
Trying to decide.
Sometimes we need 2. We have needed 2 tiebreakers before.
Yeah, we have.
So,
okay.
Murph, who would you like to go first?
Hunter, you can go first.
All right.
What De Palma musical did Jessica Harper star in before Suspiria?
Fuck me if I mean De Palma musical.
Yep.
I feel like I know this, but I'm drawing a blank.
I'm drawing a blank on all De Palma movies besides like the obvious, Carrie and Untouchables. Did they sing in Carrie? I've got blood on me.
No.
Oh,
yeah. How about you, Loda?
No, I'm gonna hear the name and be pissed because I do remember he did do he directed a
yeah. Phantom of the Paradise.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. See, I knew that was. Yep, that's the thing. All right, fuck.
Forgot he directed that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, Lowdown.
Yeah, that's me.
Don't sound so sad.
I'm sorry.
Alfred Hitchcock became known for his cameos in his films. Argento, known as the Italian Hitchcock, did something similar in a number of his films. What was it / how did he do it? It's a way of cameoing. I'll give you both that.
This picture.
No.
Okay, I don't know.
His hands.
Yes.
Put it on the gloves, I believe.
Yeah. No, actually, it was him. It was him. I'll give you it for hands.
Okay.
But it was him being the killer's hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I did not know that.
Yeah. So a lot of times when you see the Black Glove killer's hands in
isn't there one of them though where he did put the gloves on, or am I wrong? Okay.
Yeah. No, that's
it's not every movie they did that.
It's not every movie that he did that, but I want to say that it might have been Tenebrae that he made that, because that was when he made a big show of that. Ow, my toesies.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's not a white table.
All right.
How dare you ask me that question? Bam.
No.
Okay. All right. And Hunter.
Yes.
Luigi Cozzi directed a film that referenced Suspiria directly and was supposed to be another end to the Three Mothers trilogy. What was it? Your hint is that it shares a name with another Argento project.
Fuck. Nope. I have no idea.
I'll guess shares a name with another one of Argento's films.
Projects, yes.
Projects.
So not film. See?
It is on film.
It
is on film.
Yeah.
And he did direct it.
Mm-hmm. You have to be episode specific. God damn it. I don't know.
It's The Black Cat. Luigi Cozzi co-wrote it with Dario Nicolodi. And it also, technically, I think also exists within the Demons canon as like Demons 6 or something like that.
There's 6 of those movies?
Yeah, the church is also technically part of the Demons canon as well.
All right.
Cool. All right. 1-0.
Let's see.
Here we go.
All right.
Tying it back up.
It's
Low down.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
What did I do?
Yes. I have to use the horror trivia. Yes. No.
Anya Pironi was Argento's first pick for Mater Lacrimosum in the final Third Mother film. She turned down the role, but starred in a Fulci film that came out the same year as her last collaboration with Argento. What was the Fulci film?
Came out as a Fulci film the last year? The same year?
So it was, she starred in a Fulci film that came out in the same year as her last collaboration with Argento. So
what was the... Okay.
What was the year? As I'm trying.
Well, Fulci stopped pretty early on, so I'm going to go with...
Think about who we have as an overlap, and it's not a big role.
It's not a big role.
It's not a big role in the Argento film.
Oh, in the Argento film.
Oh, so it is a big role in the...
Yeah, in the Fulci. Oh,
She has more screen time. Are you gonna poop? What's
I
happening?
know. I think I know, but I'm waiting for
I'm going to
slow down
a
to
shot, say the Beyond.
No.
House by the Cemetery.
Yes.
Because she cameos, at least I know, in Timur. She's the thief in that.
No, she cameos in Inferno. She's the third mother.
Oh, really?
She's in the classroom scene and was meant to be. And
Then there's another
when you
person that
first see her
cameos in,
brother.
isn't that then?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of the girl, the thief in Tenebrae. That's also...
No, they look similar, but it's
Yeah.
not the same
Okay.
actress.
Well, I accidentally got that right.
2-0.
Yeah.
You.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. This is 4 questions, right? Counting
This will be
is hard.
question
Yeah,
5.
this is question 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the painting Argento had recreated on set for Deep Red? You can give me either the name of the painting or the artist.
I think this should be fucking multiple choice.
Sorry,
Jesus.
do you want me to ask a different question? Is this bad?
I
it was
will say this.
interesting.
I can't remember. I
if
just
you
watched
guys want me
this
to-
week too.
No, it's...
If you guys want me
No,
to
it's
ask
fine.
A different question. I can't.
fine. We'll just,
I'll say I have no idea, and I have no idea.
Yeah,
So.
likewise.
Okay. Well, then I'll rephrase it and give you guys another
Well,
way.
he
to
still has one
answer
more
this
question, so-
well, no, I'll give you guys another way to answer this question because, like, that's pretty specific and not necessarily within the direct realm of horror. So, can you tell me what part of Deep Red, what shot was the recreating of the painting? And I'll let Hunter go first since this was his question.
What shot was the
Yeah, there is-
recreating?
It within the set pieces of Deep Red, and you see a shot that Argento saw this painting and said, "I'm going to recreate that as a set piece, as the background of this shot."
I mean, I have no idea. I'm still confused by it.
Yeah,
So
no.
I was just thinking the little kids' drawings that he unwraps and like.
I think it'll make sense now that
Yeah.
I think once I say it. So it's Nighthawks by Edward Hopper, and what the scene is when they're in that plaza and they're talking. The diner scene behind them is the recreation of the famous painting
shit.
of like
Yeah, it is.
That
it
is,
is.
yeah.
yeah.
It is,
So
yeah.
that's
I
what
picked
it
up on
is,
that, but I did not think that's like the famous painting.
I remember when we
Yeah,
when-
I remember.
earlier when we
that it was a
talked about
painting.
when they were outside after leaving that diner talking. I remember like that image of that
Yeah.
shot came to my mind.
I kept waiting
Yeah.
for something to
Just that-
be
just
involved with that
angle,
diner.
L-shaped diner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
See,
the
when you say it like that, then I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
obviously that. But my brain's like, nope.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I tried rephrasing it, just because I thought that.
We both got it wrong, so I mean, I can do the last one and see if I get it right, but then it'll just be 2-1.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Just give
Or
him
you-
one more question.
Or you
So.
could be 3-0.
I mean, you were talking shit, so give
Yeah.
him a pity question.
Yeah.
Give him a pity question.
yeah.
What cities do the 3 mothers live in?
Oh, nah. I don't remember the city names.
They're well-known cities.
Berlin, right? Well, oh,
So
am I getting the
technically
remake
that's- so
mixed up?
Technically, that's the remake, but I'll give you that.
Well, Paris.
Nope.
Not Paris.
Nope.
Rome is one,
Amsterdam.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rome is one.
Amsterdam.
No.
Okay. I don't know. I think I was inserting that with Inferno because
Isn't
she has
one of
a
them-
Venice.
No.
Oh, I'm just throwing out names
isn't
by
one
the
of
way.
them
I don't know.
Madrid?
No.
Yeah, see.
Rome, New York, and Freiburg.
That Freiburg. Oh,
Yeah.
screw you, Freiburg.
I had other questions, but I didn't know if they were going to be.
Well, we don't even have to do the tiebreaker because.
You won.
Oh yeah.
2-0.
And you started talking shit,
I
so
did. 2-0.
Boo.
So now we're tied.
good show, sir.
Good
yes,
job.
I will not be talking shit as you talk shit and you just lost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good show.
All right, so Hunter, you tied it.
There you go.
You motherfucker, you. No, you a son of a bitch.
Thank you for. Yes, I'm again going to be nice to you and.
And as soon as I'm recording, you're gonna start talking shit. Just
That's
because it's
right.
not on air doesn't mean you
That's
didn't do
right.
it. Just because it's not on air didn't mean you didn't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think in the time-honored tradition of Argento killers, you have to start whispering into the mic all the horrible things that you know about Hunter.
yeah, no shit. So all right, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed this, and until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com. In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Show.
Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown,
inviting you to check out Geeks Under the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
and a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch night, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can
Go the fuck home.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash on your left. And we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us.
Or cry.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
FU Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
May the schlock be with you.